Well, today on Nation, a Window Cleaners podcast, we're talking all about route window cleaning. That's storefronts, right? Very different than anything else we have of the three types of window cleaning. So if you're a window cleaner, if you're thinking about being a window cleaner, if you want to make more money in a frequency, build your route, or just heck, want to hear some stuff, stay tuned to WCR Nation. What's up, everybody? Jersey here from windowcleaner.com, and you are here. What is up? If it's your first time here, have a look around. We have 8 years of content. I don't know many people who have listened to every episode, but there's a lot of hundreds of episodes, hundreds of hours. Go back, listen. Not all of them suck. I am a rep for windowcleaner.com. It's how I make my money, by allowing you to buy from me. So do that. I'll talk about it later. Also, I want to give a couple shout outs to some really, really cool kids who use me, or I've put orders in. I pick random people, and these are 3 really, really awesome ones this week. Akasha, what's up? I probably butchered your name, but I told you I'd say what's up. James Waterman and Randy Linder. Thank you guys. Just some of the cool kids in the Cool Kids Club. If you want to be part of the exclusive Cool Kids Club, I'll tell you how to order from me a little bit later. Cost you nothing extra, yada, yada, yada. Shameless plug. We'll wait for that. But today what we're talking about is storefronts, is route. Now, route is the technical term, not storefronts, because it could be a standalone, which isn't a storefront. It's a store building, but I digress. Route window cleaning is anything you do every week, every 2 weeks, or every 4 weeks, not once a month. Once a month, like say you do it on the 15th every month, that rotates. The date rotates. It's going to be a Sunday. It's going to be every 4 weeks. Not only that, you get 2 extra cleanings, but every 4 weeks just makes scheduling very easy, right? Every 4 weeks on a Tuesday could be paired with every week on a Tuesday. It could be paired with every 2 weeks on a Tuesday. See, works. So go to weeks to start. But route is amazing. I know some people don't like it. You don't have to do every type of window cleaning, but there are a ton of benefits in route window cleaning. And I'll tell you the first and most important one, by far, is the frequency. In a seasonal business like we are, even if you're in perfect weather California, there's still seasons. Sometimes you're busier, sometimes you're not. Sometimes people think about it, sometimes they don't. There's a lot of different seasons that you have to go through. Now, in route window cleaning, the benefit is that if it's winter, summer, fall, whatever, it's every week, every 2 weeks, constant. It's constant. You know that, not guaranteed, but darn near close to guaranteed money, X amount per month. So in theory, if you could sell 1 week worth of weekly route, that's one guy in a truck full the entire year. Doesn't matter, rain, snow, sun, winter, anything. If you could fill 1 week of weekly work, that's it, one person. Now imagine if you had 10 of those, right? A lot of times with route, people think it's too cheap for them to do it. They'll get in there and be like, yeah, I charge $10 a pane. I'm not doing it for 2. Okay, I get your concept, but that's not route. I can do it for 2 because I'm there every week. I'm there every week. I could skip windows and nobody will ever know. Like, if somebody's sitting in a booth at a restaurant, I will skip over that one and we'll get it next week. That's how often the frequency is. Now, when you tightly pack a route, you're going to have really, really kind of more. If you pack a route tight, you're going to have more money per job because you don't have to go. Now, I'll tell you, I had a spot where we put a truck. It would land at, I think, like 9:30, and it would not move until almost 2 o'clock. That was one spot because it was just like a downtown area, and they would just go. Like, that is fantastic money. Like when you have a really tight route, now you're getting back into making crazy good money. And it's the frequency. If you're doing $100 an hour, great. In route, if you're doing $100 an hour, it's every hour for that amount of time every single week. Like route itself is huge for that exact process. I don't have to go into detail. I don't have to really scrub is different because I'm there all the time. Route is very, very unique in that way. It also doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's this or if it's that. It just gets done every week. You can move it. Another thing is if you have to reschedule a house because there is rain or something, and you don't want to go work in the rain, just do it tomorrow. Like you don't have to call anybody, you don't have to tell anybody, you don't have to approve anything. You just move it. It will fill your spaces. It will do absolutely amazing. But the downside is, this is a real downside, it will lose you money getting into it. Now you're like, well, I'm not losing money. No. The long term is incredible. The short term, when you first start, is not. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have some store call you and you're like, oh, okay, I don't know. Here's my pricing. All right, it's $20. I'm not going to drive all the way across town for $20. Okay, then you'll never build a route. You can't build a route with dozens, if not hundreds of customers without starting with one. So you will lose money, but then guess what? I'm doing now XYZ over on the other side of town for $20, losing my butt. But guess what? Now I have a reason to sell all around XYZ. Hey, my name's Jersey. We do XYZ's windows. We're just looking at, now I can sell. Pack, now I got 2, now I got 3, now I got 4. I got 4 places in the span of, a couple weeks. And I'm making $100 an hour on that one stop because they're all right next to each other. If you could build that up, you could build frequency. You could have reoccurring money with a lot of customers in a lot of ways. You would need to get fired in order to lose this stuff. The security of having your own business, people don't all your friends and family tell you how unsecure and how dangerous and what's your backup plan and all this when you're starting. They don't understand that if I have 100 route customers, that's all I have. I have to get fired 100 times. Like, talk about job security, right? Route is that. This is why a lot of times you see companies that are strictly route or primarily route because the money is so good. The sales are very easy to kind of do. It's a very cut and dry process, which I'm going to get into. It's very different than anything else. But once you get a customer, they're basically yours until you screw something up. It's fantastic. If you haven't done route, I strongly suggest doing it, but let's jump in. In route, the biggest kind of piece to the puzzle is going to be how it's done. When I walk in, let's start this. You cannot send a EDDM to route. Doesn't work. They throw it away. You cannot just drop off a flyer. Doesn't work. Unless they're actively looking for a window cleaner and a flyer appears and they call you, people go, I've gotten customers. Yes, I know you've gotten customers that way, but it is not effective. I could also get customers if I went to a busy place and said, I do window cleaning. Maybe somebody in the crowd is like, really? Okay, I'll try you. It's not effective. It's very different in that way. When I have to do a route sale, if you will, I have to go to the location and I have to stop in and I have to go, hey, is the owner or manager available? And they go, oh, I'm the owner, I'm the manager. No, they're not here. Well, perfect. My name is Jersey from XYZ Window Cleaning. We do this place, and this place. We're in the area just kind of giving quotes, hoping, to kind of introduce myself. Here's the pricing, and I hand them over my handwritten, because I go in a double carbon copy form as I walk in. I give it to them and go, here's our pricing in for what we do. Now they're going to look up at the windows. And I look at the price. Oh, well, we have somebody right now. Of course. The thing with Route that kills people, that a lot of people can't do is that every time I go and try to sell a Route job, they say they have somebody. Every store has somebody. Every store has somebody. The reason is they can't have dirty windows. So they're either doing it themselves or having somebody else do it. And the very, very rare one is that they are not doing them at all. You're always going to run into somebody. You're always going to run into that. This is your time to shine. Great. Well, we really love loyalty, but if anything changes with them, I'd love for you to give us a chance. We'll even do the first one for free. Some people do that. It's not about price. It's about reliability in Route. It is not about price, but reliability. Now, if you're way off, you're way off. But I couldn't tell you how many jobs we went in and got. The guy never shows up. His name's like Tom something, Bill something, whatever. And we hired him. He's like somebody's neighbor or whatever. I don't know. He doesn't come in very often. He only charges us like $10. I see you're at 25. We are, but I'll tell you this. This is what we do every day, all day. This is not a part-time thing for us. We're as reliable as the rain. There's 3 things that are for sure. Death, taxes, and us showing up. The reliability part of this is that when you get a job from somebody, you're not taking it typically because they're saving $2. You're taking it because they messed up something. The longer somebody has a Route job, the more they take it for granted. The more they don't do, the more they just kind of phone it in. And then all of a sudden they're like, you know what? I don't even remember when he was here. Look at the windows. I noticed your windows didn't look super awesome when I came here, so I figured I'd just drop off my info. Oh, yeah, he doesn't do. I have to get my info in their hands. But more importantly, I have to get their info in my hands. And I'll explain what I'm saying. So when I give them my half sheet, so it's a half sheet, super simple, store name, date, my name, price for outs. That's it. When I talk to somebody and they tell me their name, I write that down on the back of the paper because it's carbon copy. I give them one and I keep one. Now I know the store, when I was there, and who I talked to. When I give them that information, I only had somebody. Not a problem. I really, we appreciate loyalty as much as the next guy. So if anything changes or anything on that guy, please let us know. Keep our information. I'll follow up with you in a little bit, and we'll kind of see if anything changes. All right, I appreciate it. They're ending the conversation. That's how you leave, and you're like, well, that was a waste. No. You now have 3 major things. You now have the price, the contact information, so the person, the number, the place, the whatever, and the more important thing, the reason to call. Let me dive into that. When you guys are doing Route, by the way, a lot of people, they don't really see what Route is and where the benefits are. But when you do Route, you now have a reason to contact them. If I just call, 7-Eleven. Hey, my name's Jersey. I'd like to, talk to you about window cleaning. They're like, yeah, no thanks, click. There's no reason. No reason, not whatever. If I call and say, hey, just calling to talk to Stacy. If you say is the owner manager there, they say they are. If they say that they're not, I go, oh, cool. Who is the owner and manager? What's their name? Oh, that's Bill. Cool. Just pass this information to Bill. Let him. Now, when I call, guess what? Hey, just calling to talk to Bill. Oh, who is this? It's Jersey from XYZ. We were just in there the other day. Oh, okay. Hey, this is Bill. Hey, Bill, Jersey from Window Cleaning, or not windowcleaner.com, XYZ Window Cleaning. Hey, I was just in there the other day, dropped off a bunch of information. Just kind of wanted to see if you had a chance to look at it and if you had any thoughts. Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? Got it right here. Didn't even look at it. Pricing looks good, but yeah, we do have somebody right now. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Love the loyalty. Who you guys using right now? We're using John's window cleaning right now. Oh, great, man. He's been around for so long. Well, here's the thing. If he is close to retirement or something happens or he just stops showing up, please let us know. Keep me in the loop if there's anything I can do. And I'll tell you what, I'll reach back out in a couple weeks and we'll kind of touch base again. Yeah, no problem. I really appreciate the call. Thanks, Bill. I write all that down. Now I know Bill has it done from John's, right? He's had them for 3 years. He's blah, blah. I write it all down on the back of the paper in real nice lines. I put it in a tickle folder, which is a funny word, I know, but that just is a folder that has every day. So if it is the 1st, I'm going to put it in the 15th because I want 2 weeks for that second call. The first call, I want the next day. If I'm there today, I'm going to call him tomorrow morning. And you're like, oh, that's quick. Yes, it's quick. It's not quick to them. They've done everything in the day. It only feels quick to you. But I'm going to call them. And I'm going to put it on there. And here's what happens with the follow-up. I'm going to give you a statistic too. We're very big into numbers. And out of our route closes, so this is out of all of them that said yes, and we got them on the books, it was like 92% of our jobs of the jobs that said yes, were from follow-up. Follow-up. More than 9 out of 10 were because we called afterwards. And those are just the yeses. So I'll take that as like, okay, well, every 10, you kind of get a yes. Okay, so that means that every 100 yeses, or every 100 customers I see, only one of them is because I stopped in and talked to them and they signed it right then. Very rare. So when people start getting the route, they get distracted on that. They think that, like, oh man, everybody says no. Everybody's got someone. Yeah, of course they do. You didn't do your due diligence. They're getting window cleaners coming off the street for beer money all the time. They're instant like, no, we got somebody now. Your job is to get them, win them over, right? Follow-up is the key to all of it. But those are my talking points. And here's the thing. When I call back on the 2 weeks after the first one, the second call. Hey, just calling to talk to Bill. Hey, it's Bill. Hey, Bill Scherzy from XYZ Window Cleaning. Hey, I was in there 2 weeks ago. We talked. You kind of mentioned you using John's, and just kind of want to follow up again with you, keep relevant, and see if you had any other thoughts, questions, or anything I can help with. Actually, we kind of did think about that. Maybe it is time for a change because now all of a sudden you're relevant. The first time you go in there, they're like, oh gosh, no thanks. Even if you look nice, even if you're wearing a polo, even if you talk great. That's why I go in there. Hey, here's my stuff. Nah, you know what? We got some. Hey, absolutely. Love the loyalty. If anything changes, let me know. I'll give you guys a shout in a couple days. I leave. That's it. In a couple days, I call them. And they go, oh, this guy might be for real. All right, well, nah, we're good still. 2 weeks later when I call them, they go, oh. Like, oh, this is a real company. The guy's telling me information he knows. He knows I use John's. He knows that I got windows done. He knows that, the second cousins, I'm writing it down. Boom, 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 boom. The first couple hours of your day is just phone calls to follow-ups en route. Now all of a sudden, they're like, oh, yeah, this guy's legit. This guy's legit. This guy's legit. I'm staying in front of them. They pull the paper up when they're talking to you. They got it. Actually, you know what? Looks like somebody must have tossed that quote. Are you able to send me another one? Absolutely. I'll shoot it over in just a few. I just scanned the piece that I have, so they're looking at the exact same thing I am. If you want to send an email, you can. What's your email? All that stuff. In the first initial meeting, I'm going to grab a business card if I can for the owner manager. I am going to be relentless on the follow-up. And then there are some of you who go, well, gosh, yeah, you are annoying. What? What do you think a business owner does in a 2-week span? You are a business owner. if somebody's saying, no, not right now, I'm going to call and follow up. That is my job to do. My job's to think about window cleaning. Your job's to do everything else. It is not annoying. It is staying with them, and it shows that you're a real company, because so many people go in there. They don't have insurance. They just took the bus there. They're just $5 to clean your windows. They want to go get some beer, whatever it is. You are now a real company. You've now broken that layer by doing that. Real quick, I got to jump off before I forget. Shameless plug. I am a rep for windowcleaner.com. The way that I make money and the way that you can say thank you and give me that awesome high five virtually is to let me put your orders in. Literally, all you have to do is save a cart and text me at 862-312-2026. Save my number, search my name. You'll find my number anywhere, even if you don't have it, which I hope you do. I'm the only Jersey you know. Save it in your phone. But just be like, yo, Jersey, I need this, this, and this. I can put the order in. It costs you not 1 penny extra. In fact, you usually save money because I can make sure you get your free gift, make sure there's any discounts applied. I will do all of that for you, absolutely free of charge. And the best thing about it is you become part of the Cool Kids Club. The Cool Kids Club is an exclusive club that only people who order from me are in. If you order from somebody else, you're ordering online, you are not in the Cool Kids Club, I'm sorry to say. And nobody else in your life will care that you're part of the Cool Kids Club, but I want you to be. So 862-312-2026. And if you haven't yet, get a subscription to the American Window Cleaner magazine. Yes, it's a magazine, real paper magazine. Real paper. Sent to your door every single month. Awesome. It's all on window cleaning, all on articles on how to be a better business. It's all on pictures and new products, and it is amazing. So go to awcmag.com. If you're working right now, just do that. AWC, American Window Cleaner, mag.com. Get a subscription, $69. Send me a text. If you got my number, I'll shoot you a link. I want you to be part of the magazine. I want to have every window cleaner be part of the magazine. If you think, oh, it's a magazine, nobody gets magazines. Okay. You want to use your phone on the toilet and get it all full of cooties? Now get a magazine. That's my selling point. No, it's an amazing magazine. Also comes with a sticker sheet, which is also amazing because, I am partial. Get that anyway. Also, every single week I got somebody ask me about Jobber, which is fantastic. It is the greatest CRM I've ever used. I've demoed, half a dozen of them. I've demoed Jobber 3 times and didn't like it the first 2 times. This is over like the span of 6 years, 8 years, whatever. I did it again in spring, and as you guys know, if you've been listening to the show, I do not talk about CRMs ever. I've never found one I liked until this last demo. I was blown away, and I am absolutely a fanboy of Jobber. It's so amazing for what it can do to and for window cleaners. Anyway, I have a code down in the comments, which, by the way, is an affiliate link, I think. I get money for that, just so you are aware. But in 8 years of doing this, I have not recommended a CRM ever until this time. So if that means anything, do it. If not, just do the free demo. Sign up. They'll do a free demo with you. You can do a free trial. The link I put down there gives you 20% off. But do that anyway. It just runs your entire business. So anyway, back to it. Gosh, that was a long one. Follow-up is key. Follow-up is the way to do it. And I'll tell you, pricing is not necessarily what they're worried about, but pricing in Route is $2 a pane aside. Yeah, you're like, well, I'm making 10 on wind. Yeah, I know. You're doing... Understand it's the frequency. You're not doing houses every single week. I mean, you are, but not the same house. You know what I'm saying? The frequency is there. That's why we can charge less. Plus, guess what? I'm cleaning a week's worth of dirt off the glass. As you know, windows don't get terribly dirty in a week. So I fly through it. I'm not using a scraper most of the time. I'm not even really paying attention most of the time. In fact, I don't even scrub to the edges myself when doing Route because I don't have to wipe down frames and stuff. I can go through it without barely any detail, just that bottom. I mean, you're flying. It's so much faster. But follow-up's the key. The most amount of people that mess this up And they're like, yeah, I'm trying, it just wasn't for... The follow-up is the key. If you're out of the field, which I hope you are, because that is absolutely the most important thing you can do to grow your business, is be out of the field, not cleaning windows. If you are an owner-operator and you are out in the field, cool. If your dream is to not be, then that is the biggest decision you'll ever make, the best thing you'll ever make. But with that all being said, follow-up is the place that everybody messes up. Route is amazing, but it has to be done a certain way. There's 3 types of window cleaning that we do. There's commercial, which are like buildings you get every 6 months, right? 3 stories, 4 stories, 5 stories, whatever. That's a commercial project. You have residential, which obviously I shouldn't have to explain that to you, but that is for houses. And then you have route. Those 3 things have time in your schedule to pair, and they work amazingly together. The reason they work is houses come in bursts. You have spring and fall. Spring, really, right? Middle of winter, no one's calling you. Middle of summer, it's slow. You fill them in when you can, right? It's a project. They're big. Every job takes you a few hours, usually. Great. Big tickets. You make good money. Then you go into commercial. Commercial are those big projects that get done every 6 months. Guess what? I'm going to put it before spring, and I'm going to put it before fall. That way I can fill up my slow months with commercial. It's fantastic. Then there's route. Route is either in the crew weekly. I mean, even if you're trying to do everything with one crew, put it all in on Monday. Monday's route day. The rest is the houses. I mean, no matter how many houses, commercial, anything else, you still got Monday. Full day, you're making cheddar. You know how much you're making every week. That is so valuable. There's no wrong way to do business. That's the nice thing about business, especially with what you do. There's no wrong way to do business. However you decide to do it is the best way because it's your business. It's kind of a perk of the job. But I think you should be well diversified. That might not be the right word, but you know what I'm saying. Don't put all your eggs in the basket. If you're a residential company, I just want to see you succeed, literally. But if you're just a residential company, think about doing that. Because if you're doing $100 an hour on houses, you will and can do $100 an hour in route. But that route is every single week. It takes time to build it, just like it took time to build your business in the first place. But when you get it, you keep it. When you get it, you keep it. Now, say you're doing houses, commercial, everything else, but you have route people that just do route. You could have somebody earning $100 an hour. Always. You're always making that income, no matter if it's slow, if it's winter, if it's summer, if it's people are calling. Now you have advertising money, you have marketing money, you have everything you need to run your company off the route guy. Everything else can be focused on. You increase that and build it. And the reason that is so big is that the other guys in the bucket bobs we talk about all the time, right? That guy that doesn't have insurance, it just kind of shows up and making beer money, whatever you think. He doesn't have the follow-up skills. He's not getting those jobs done. And the only thing he's got is like to make pennies on it. He's not going to stick around when he realizes he's not making anything. You with your follow-up will close jobs, but you have to put the effort in. Is it worth it? Yes, 1,000%. Here's the thing. If I sell one job, weekly job for $100, it's a restaurant, we'll say. That is a $5,200 job every year. Understand the amount of money we're talking about. If you have one house that you can dentist close, it would have to cost you $2,600 every time you're there to make the same amount of money. When you tell me it's like, oh, it's only $2 if I have one job, I am almost guaranteed $5,200 if it's just a $100 job. This is where the value comes in. this is where that value of Route is. So many people hate on Route, and I understand it. It's a process. It's a whole different thing. But if you're not doing Route, I think you should. That's my 2 cents for some dummy who sits in front of a camera and talks to himself. Anyway, speaking of a dummy who sits in front of a camera and talks to himself, I am a rep for windowcleaner.com. Worst segue ever, and shameless plug, which it'll get you eventually. It'll get you. I want to put your order in. I want to put every order in. There's so many times that I see people put their own order in after they've used me, and they're like, oh, I just didn't want to bother you. Or it's, Saturday, 1 a.m. I don't want to miss a sale. You'll never miss a sale by using me. There are so many benefits to using a rep. And one of them is it locks you in a price. If you text me during a sale, even if it's the middle of the night or nothing, you're locked in. We can still talk and have all the conversations and still get you that sale price when that time is. That's the beauty of this. You let me know. All you do is text me, be like, yeah, my cart's ready. I have people literally just text me the cart number. It does not get any easier than that. And I get credit for it, which means I can buy my name brand shirts. Sometimes I'm not wearing a free shirt. And I can continue living my lifestyle and buy hair gel because I need hair gel. Even if my hair is thinning, I still kind of need to make it. Anyway, tell me what I can buy with your pennies that I get in my commission. Nothing extra. Blah, blah, blah. You get the drill. Anyway, American Window Cleaner Magazine, awcmag.com. Go get a subscription because why not? By the way, since I bought the magazine like 2-3 years ago, we have increased subscribers by 500%. 500%. The magazine is amazing. I want you to be part of it. I want you to have everything you can to build your business. awcmag.com is $69 for the year. The entire year. We don't make money on the magazine. It is literally there so people can express, articles and knowledge. And Jim Dubois is in this. Do you know who Jim is? Jim is one of the largest route companies ever. And he writes articles every single week. He has for years. He's just one of the journalists. Anyway, go get a subscription. Also, Jobber. Jobber's phenomenal. Blew me away. I just talked to somebody yesterday. They finally tried Jobber, and they called me to tell me how amazing it is. I don't actually work for Jobber, but I appreciate it. But they heard about it through the podcast and tried it and had no idea that it existed. Their technology is so incredibly insane on what it can do. And it's cheap for what it does. Literally. Down to text, punching, and geo-tracking. You show up, when your guys show up to a job, when they leave, it knows that. It automatically marks that. And then when you tell it what your operating costs are, it'll tell you what your profits were on that job. Every single job. That's just one piece of the puzzle. Not to mention follow-ups and calls and logging and interaction with tech versus office, where a tech can put a note in, it goes into the file, and now the office sees it next time this tech can read the notes they wrote last. It's phenomenal. Anyway, go get Jobber. The link's in down below. Click it. I probably get, even if I didn't get anything for that, I would absolutely still recommend Jobber. It blew me away. Anyway, I kind of wish I was still in window cleaning so I could use that. I think that would be phenomenal. Anyway, I appreciate everything you guys do. If you haven't yet, follow me on Spotify and all that other stuff. And more importantly, until next week, go get some Route. Start it. It's a process, man. But more importantly, go out there and be epic.